in the forecast, more weather impact alert days. How long they'll stick around ahead.
The Coronado shoreline is closed to swimmers. The county told me why and how much longer the closure will last.
And scammers are now targeting real estate agents and monitoring open houses. I'm working for you on what you need to know.
We are on the red carpet. It's opening nights for the 33rd edition of the San Diego Latino Film Festival, and we're bringing you along.
A northwestern gray wolf getting a special exam at a vet clinic in La Mesa. We'll explain why and take you inside.
We begin tonight with a live look at Coronado. Just gorgeous out there as this ongoing heat wave continues to bring higher than normal temperatures across the county. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Stephanie Simmons in tonight for Carlo. Today is a weather impact alert day, and while people may have turned to the beach to get some relief, those in Coronado aren't being allowed in the water. We're going to have more on that in just a minute.
But we begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Cesar Chavez with a first look at conditions right now. Boy, look at that map behind you, all full of glowing colors.
Yeah, backing away from the hot highs that we had earlier today, even record-breaking ones. We have widespread 80s across the inland valleys right now. You also have 70s that have returned to the coastline, where we had some 80s earlier today, and 73 degrees for downtown, 70s across the mountains as well. So earlier today, we did break a new record, and that was for Borrego Springs as well as Lake Hoyamaca when it came to the hottest temperature ever recorded for the month of March. Tied that record for Palomar Mountain at 82 degrees. That previous record was at 82, and that was back in March. And that was 31st in 1966. So definitely talking about a whole lot of heat to go around, and we're going to continue to hold on to that in our forecast over the next few days. You have daytime highs that were in the 80s as well as 90s today across the county. So for downtown, 85 degrees set the new record by 3 degrees. Previous record was set back on this day, 1960. You also had a lot of 90s out there for Vista, as well as for Escondido, for Alpine, El Cajon, and also a new record for Ramona as well. And that list keeps going. So we had also some records for Campo, for Borrego Springs, and as mentioned, the mountains. We'll take a look at your alerts coming up. Stephanie.
All right, Carlene, thank you. And remember, you can find an extended weather forecast on the CBS 8 app. Stream it now for free.
Santee was one of the hottest places in the county today, and that prompted city leaders to open the Santee Lake Spray Ground. That was quite a treat. So refreshing, these kids told us, because typically in March, the play area is closed during weekdays. But city leaders say they wanted to get the water flowing so people could have another option of cooling down in this heat wave. Some San Diegans chose to head to the coast to get some relief from the heat.
But people on Coronado are finding a rude surprise once they get to the beach. No swimming or surfing allowed because of sewage flows from the Tijuana River Valley.
News 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from Coronado tonight with more on this contact closure. Alex, disappointing. You get all the way to the water and then you're told you can't go in?
Yeah, absolutely, Marcella, right? Just seems so wrong. It's been a beautiful day here in Coronado. I've seen maybe 2 clouds out there. But the problem is you can't get in the water. I talked to lots of people today who are really frustrated by that. I spoke to San Diego County today to find out why this is happening and how much longer it's going to last.
As a reminder, the County Health Department has issued a closure for Coronado shoreline today. Please stay out of the water and off the wet sand.
It's a stark warning as soon as you get to the beach. You can enjoy the dry sand, but can't go swimming. Beachgoers I talked to today were disappointed.
We were ready to swim, yeah.
Pat and his wife drove in from Las Vegas and didn't know the beach was closed.
Oh, it was very frustrating because that was in our plans. That was definitely in our plans. And if you like sitting at the beach, not going in the water, this is a perfect place. But if you want to go in the water, then you're kind of out of luck.
And I love the beach.
And these 2 friends from out of town said they're going to go to a different beach.
There's another beach that we were at the other day. It was so beautiful. So I think we might just go back there, but a little disappointing, but also understandable.
The San Diego County Land Use and Environment Department said in a statement today, the county's Beach and Bays program's decision to issue a water contact closure is based on daily site observations by staff who monitor conditions to determine whether the ocean is affected by a chemical spill or sewage overflow. The county closed the Coronado shoreline on December 30th last year because of the contaminated sewage flow from the Tijuana River Valley. The county said in a statement there were recently 2 large sewage flows from Tijuana on March 14th and 15th, which extended the closure. Southern swells in the ocean have started to pick up, bringing the flows north, which can affect water quality in Coronado. You can go to the county's website, sdbeachinfo.com, to see an updated listing of which beaches are closed or open across the county. Back on the beach, Eric Paulson is a longtime San Diego resident. He says it's a bummer that the beach is closed, but it's better to keep people safe.
That's sad. I mean, I feel for them. I really do. But you can't let them get sicker than dogs either.
The county said today that the beaches here in Coronado will only open once the water is safe enough to swim in. The timeline on that is still unknown. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney, News 8. Back over to you.
All right, Alex, thank you. And you may soon get to have a voice in keeping free parking at city beaches. Just hours ago, a city council committee gave the initial approval to a ballot measure that would lock free beach and bay parking into city code. Now, that means only voters could change it in the future. Council member Raul Campillo proposed it in the wake of controversy over parking fees at Balboa Park. The measure still needs a second committee vote before heading to the full council and potentially November's ballot.
The San Diego City Council is adopting a formal definition of anti-Semitism following hours of emotional public comment from the community. We first told you about this last night. The definition from the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance describes anti-Semitism as discrimination, prejudice, or hostility toward Jewish people. City leaders say the move will help better identify and respond to hate incidents. Officials emphasize the measure does not change any laws or impact free speech. We have a scam alert for you tonight. We're told some scammers are pretending to be SDG&E workers, targeting customers and real estate agents.
News 8's Jenny Day is working for you tonight. She went directly to SDG&E about what they will never ask of you.
Yeah, really pay attention to those red flags like urgency, someone demanding immediate payment or your electricity will be shut off today. That just happened to a San Diego homeowner who paid $500 and later learned it was a scam.
The scam's designed to steal your money look incredibly realistic, often using an official logo, correct address, real reference number, and scare tactics. Again, pay now or you'll be left in the dark. So we urge you, be skeptical of the emails, calls, and texts you receive.
San Diego Gas and Electric is never going to call and demand payment over the phone. 99% of the time when you pay your utility bill, all utility bills, you are not transacting with a human being. And that's a security feature. That's a protection to make sure that you don't get caught up in a scam.
Working for you, we obtained this fake notice. It says this is a San Diego Gas and Electric field technician, and your property is scheduled for power disconnection today. To prevent any inconvenience, contact this number. Well, that number goes directly to the scammer, so never call the number or click on the link they provide, even if it appears legitimate. Only go directly to the official website or the number listed on your bill. SDG&E also will never take payments through Bitcoin or Zelle.
San Diego Gas and Electric cares about our customer, and that's why we're interacting with yourself so that you can bring awareness to this particular scam.
Again, real estate agents in particular are the latest target. Their names and numbers are out there, and the bad guys are monitoring their open houses. So SDG&E tells me they are working with the San Diego Association of Realtors to make them aware. Another red flag in this case, the real estate agent got the text about the account issue, but the bill was in the homeowner's name.
It's okay to be suspect. It's okay to say, hey, hold on. I'm going to call you right back from a known number. I would like all people listening to your story to go talk to their mom and dad.
So as these fraudsters continue to impersonate utility representatives, applying pressure on you to make quick decisions, remain vigilant. Working for you, Jenny Day, News 8.
Thanks for that, Jenny. And remember, if there's something you'd like us to look into, something happening in your community of concern, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
A former San Diego State University police officer is pleading guilty to possessing child sex abuse material. Investigators found more than 600 images and videos on devices at 46-year-old Paul McLean's Riverside County home, some involving children as young as 6 to 8 years old. The case started in 2024 when Homeland Security traced files on a peer-to-peer network back to McLean. He faces up to 20 years in prison at his sentencing in June. Reaction is pouring in tonight following accusations of sexual abuse against labor rights icon Cesar Chavez.
Governor Gavin Newsom and state lawmakers say they are standing with survivors as they work to figure out how to honor the labor movement moving forward. News 8 State Matters political reporter Jenny Huh has more.
There is consensus by the governor and legislature that as shocking as this is, the state must meet the moment to honor the movement and not just one icon.
I think all of us are processing it. Reflect on a farm workers movement and a labor movement that was much bigger than one man and celebrate that.
Governor Gavin Newsom on Wednesday morning breaking his silence on the sexual assault allegations against longtime civil rights icon Cesar Chavez.
How many days I've marched, how many times I've been with students, talking about the movement, and how many photographs I have in my house of Bobby Kennedy and Cesar Chavez. Woke up this morning, it was right there.
Newsom reiterating his shock, especially over civil rights icon Dolores Huerta's claims she was also raped and sexually assaulted by Chavez. Huerta co-founded the United Farm Workers Union, often marched alongside Chavez, and coined the widely known chant "Si se puede" or "Yes we can."
I'm still shaking a little bit about Dolores and all these young women.
Jen and I are very close with Dolores, so many of us are, but very close. Have been for decades and decades, and none of us knew.
The fact that an individual like that is an icon who took advantage of another icon, and we're hearing about this today, so it's heartbreaking. It's like, what do we do with that as a Latino community?
State leaders and the governor say they're now focused on moving the historic farm workers movement beyond just Chavez.
It is time to honor farm workers, not a single person, the entire farm worker population.
Grew up learning about the work that he did. It's sad, it's shocking.
That means all options are on the table, legislators say.
Do what you have to do so that the picture of this individual and the face of this individual does not bring trauma to those victims, those individuals in their own right.
That includes doing away with Cesar Chavez Day, celebrated as a state holiday in California since 1995, on his birthday, March 31st, which Newsom also says he'd consider. Republican Central Valley Assemblywoman Alexandra Macedo is pushing to rename Cesar Chavez Day to Farm Worker Day. Several Senate Republicans are pushing for the same measure.
Schools have the option if they want to take the day off to honor this. We're also going to address that in other areas of code to make sure that the farm labor movement is addressed in school curriculum.
We should not honor this individual at all.
The California Legislative Latino Caucus met this afternoon to discuss a path forward. Members tell me their priority right now is either doing away with or at least renaming the holiday, but they say timing makes it tricky as Cesar Chavez Day is just 13 days away. Jenny Huh, News 8.
Thanks, Jenny. A proposal trying to bring immediate relief for you at the gas pump failed to pass a Senate committee today. The so-called Gas Tax Relief Act called for temporarily suspending the 61 cents per gallon gas tax, as well as state taxes, the low carbon fuel standards tax, and the cap and trade tax. Senator Tony Strickland introduced the proposal, saying its actions would result in $1.08 per gallon savings for drivers. Right now, the average cost for a gallon of regular unleaded here in San Diego County sits at $5.64. That's according to AAA. If you need help trying to find the least expensive gas, we're always working for you. Just text the word gas to the number right there on your screen, 571-8888, and we will send you a link to a map with the lowest prices near you. Every cent adds up and it matters.
That link is so helpful. I've used it myself. Yes. Eaton fire survivors just outside Los Angeles are facing another hardship in their road to recovery.
We'll have those details still ahead. Plus, we are giving you a rare behind-the-scenes look at an even more rare wildlife exam.
And film screenings are underway here at the San Diego Latino Film Festival, celebrating all things culture and storytelling. We'll give you an inside look.